have an ugly face, you should quite literally end your life.
And even breaking your bones so that you can be taller.
And I can't believe that this is real life. And what I see disturbs me.
I knew that there would be consequences for me speaking out. Things like my address getting leaked, deep fakes being made about me, my brother being threatened.
Looksmaxxing. The term itself means to maximize your physical attractiveness. It was popularized on TikTok in the 2020s, but originated from mid-2014. Now, it doesn't seem harmful from the surface level. Everybody has different goals in life, and with social media apps like TikTok or YouTube, there is nothing negative behind advocating to achieve maximum potential. Maximum potential. It's no news that people always show off their best on social media. It could be anything from how much muscle somebody put on, how many views somebody got on their video, or in this case, how attractive someone became through looksmaxxing. This, in turn, will create an environment for the viewer in which they look at others' lifestyles with envy, wanting to achieve the same or just wishing they were in a different position from their current life. Depending on the person, they may either feel sad every time they open up social media, or they may use these fake lifestyles as motivation to become better than everyone that they see on their feed.
Looks determine everything. Your personality doesn't matter. Your sense of humor doesn't matter. Your confidence doesn't matter. Your money doesn't matter. Your physique doesn't matter. And you being nice is ultimately useless. It's only your appearance that matter.
This toxic culture presented to young males on social media paints the image that you need to look the best possible, and also other things like escaping the matrix or getting rich, quote unquote. These things are all spread through YouTube videos of random individuals or even celebrities who themselves have dark secrets. And with this whole culture being introduced of how you need to become this and that, people need a place to go talk to like-minded people or even more skilled individuals in that field. And this is where we get introduced to a website called looksmax.org. Similar to other online forums like Reddit or even 4chan, looksmax.org is a place dedicated to discuss anything related to looksmaxxing. They have a variety of users and so a variety of topics to discuss. You can get people's opinion on your face, look at what they think are their highest quality threads about looksmaxxing, as well as the option to look at every single thread on the website. Huh. What's this? Oh, interesting. On the website, there are people as young as 17 asking for surgery advice on their faces, to which other users will advise them on what surgeries to do. Now, you might think that there is no big deal with people giving advice because on other platforms like Reddit, similar stuff, if not worse, happens, right? I don't know.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss, take off the weird ass jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top off, take off the fabricated streams and the microwave names.
And when you remember that there are minors that, hell, could even be under 17 on this platform, this environment may or may not influence them to destroy their health or to do drugs. And also, on the topic of bad influence, this leads us to...
I hope God forgives me for what I've done and my family is protected from any more harassment from this community. You might remember about a week ago, I exposed the most sinister side of looksmax.org, a secret sub-society that manipulated kids into doing DIY surgeries by teaching them exactly where to make incisions and where to pull fat out of their faces. I knew that there would be consequences for me speaking out, things like my address getting leaked, deep fakes being made about me, my brother being threatened. My hope was, despite the risk, just by bringing it to light, we can prevent tragedies like this from happening, saving them from permanent deformation and massive blood loss that could risk their lives, because it takes years for professionals to be able to master this art. But by exposing that these kind of travesties even exist, I have become a reason why some kids log on to looksmax.org and ask the ringleaders how to do their own DIY surgeries. And out of anger for what I've done, these shadow figures like Clavicular don't even care about making the money anymore. They just want to mess mess up kids' lives. And over the last few days, I've been sent multiple screenshots of him offering 12, 14, 15-year-old kids the guide to bone smashing and the exact incision points for fat removal of the cheek. We need to stop this madness.
Huh. Doesn't that profile picture look familiar? Clavicular, the same person that we previously saw on the drug thread, was apparently looking to teach people how to do DIY surgery for free, as well as wanting to teach minors on the website how to bone smash, a practice in which you use a hard object to smash your face bones so that when they heal, it makes your jawline appear sharper. We wanted to dive deeper into these serious allegations made against Clavicular, and so we decided to arrange a meeting with Ace Gotchu in which we wanted to ask some questions, the creator that you just saw a couple of minutes ago. But unfortunately, not everything went after plan, and the interview never happened. So this leaves me with no option other than to go to the website myself and to see if these claims actually exist and if there is worse on the website. Here goes nothing. Alright, my main goal really is just to go on the website and to see if this Clavicular has really done the following. Told people how to do DIY surgery, taught minors how to bone smash. Now, you might be wondering, what's the point of wasting time finding out if somebody did something? Because on social media, it's easy to fake things and to portray your own story. I wasn't able to obtain the screenshots or forum posts from Ace Gotchu about Clavicular, so I thought, why not dive into this website myself? Who knows if you'll find out if the claims were true, or if there is even more worse stuff on this website. There is a feature on the website where you can look up posts from a specific user. So in order not to waste any time, I decided to look up Clavicular. And the first post I see gave me chills. As we can see, Clavicular is still to this day bone smashing in order to improve his facial shape. I don't really understand why someone would advocate for this, because looking at his face from the picture and the red marks, that can't be good. And as I scroll down, I seem to have only found one comment under this post in which a user is questioning why Clavicular is basically hurting himself. But I was still curious to see if he actually told minors to bone smash, so I scrolled on his account until and after looking at the comments, there it is, coming from a minor himself. Looking back at it, it doesn't seem so crazy now what Ace Gotchu said about Clavicular, but I feel like we're barely scraping the surface, so let's dive deeper. I continued scrolling throughout his account. Most of it is filled with him replying to other posts that people have made here, and you might occasionally find one or two comments from him under some bone smashing posts. This is it, Clavicular's bone smashing guide. In this guide, he talks about how bones reshape themselves after being hit, and in which areas on his face he hits himself, as well as video examples in which we can clearly see that it hurts. Under his video, he also says that his mom found out he was bone smashing and apparently took away his hammer that he was using to bone smash. But underneath that, we can see what seems to be one of Clavicular's friends, smashing his bones with an actual hammer. Yeah, it's disturbing. The fact that these users on this website will go as far as to literally harm themselves just to look better. And no matter how much Clavicular can talk about the positives of this practice, no one will be able to deny that the risks of bone smashing are things like infection, fractures, soft tissue injuries, scarring, excessive bleeding, nerve damage, and more stuff that I could go on about. Now that we've seen the evidence of clavicular guiding people on bone smashing and one of his followers being a minor, I thought that this was it. This is how deep the rabbit hole would go. But no, I was wrong. There is literal pornography threads here too. And it's not just one video. There are multiple videos, compilations even, and even extreme pornography of people being shot with airsoft guns and then having intercourse. And this isn't the only thread here. Apparently there is a whole category here for NSFW. People just sharing inappropriate videos of women and asking users what they would do to them. And once again, remember that there are minors on this website who can stumble across these posts super easily, because I did. All I had to do was go to the forums button and just switch to the trending tab, and boom, multiple NSFW posts. This whole problem of minors being exposed to pornography isn't just an issue that's ongoing on this website, but the entirety of the internet itself. In the United States, only a few of the states have begun to place ID requirements on explicit websites, while the rest continue to plague the minds of children. But that's another topic for another video. And this is looksmax.org, a website that was intended to serve as a place where people could go and talk to like-minded individuals. But when the wrong people came on the website, they used it to build a subculture almost, in which they promote self-harming routines to children who see them as their idols. And those same users then get to become moderators on the website, from what it seems like. It also gets worse when you go a little up the surface level and find literal mega threads containing multiple explicit videos that are open for anybody to view, corrupting the minds of young individuals who didn't even know that they would sign up for this when they joined the website. Will this culture continue? Will it get worse? Will it die down soon? I can't say for sure. However, what I hope to have achieved today is to shine a light on this website to any parents watching or even young individuals. I don't really recommend you to go on looksmax.org. The culture is toxic, harmful, and downright disgusting. Thank you for watching.